Hello everyone, welcome to Hiker Talk. My name is Michael, and today's video is very impromptu. For about as long as I've been camping, I've been wanting to camp in snow, but for one reason or another, it just never really comes through. I think a big part of that reason is that I've always lived in tropical places, Houston being one of those places, right? Whenever we do get snow, it's maybe once every 2-3 years, and that's a big maybe. So fast forward to today, we are actually about to get some snow. I don't really have time to safely go out into the woods without risking driving over icy roads, but I am gonna set something up in the backyard and test out some gear and see how far I can push that gear. So I'll show you what I'm gonna use tonight to camp out. I'll be using the Nemo Disco 30. This bag alone is not enough to keep me warm. However, I do have some things to kind of help me boost that temperature. So first I'll have the Reactor by Sea to Summit. And this thing is super comfortable. I've used it in many cold camps. This will probably be the coldest camping I've ever done. So I'm definitely gonna need more than just the Reactor and the bag. I'm also gonna use this really thick fleece liner in combination with that Reactor. And so I think both of these will give me a really nice, well, I'm hoping that they'll give me a really warm bag. And for my underside, I've got the Nemo Cosmic 3D insulated sleeping mat. This is an inflatable mat. It's 3.5 inches of holy thickness that just kind of really provides some really awesome heat and warmth. I'm hoping this is enough to keep me warm. I have no idea. I've never pushed this gear that far, but I think this is going to be a really good learning experience, right? Because either the gear performs the way that I expect it to, or not, and I'll end up having to come into the house at 4 in the morning because I'm freezing, right? Either way, it's going to be a win. And you know, my hope is that I stay toasty through the night and I wake up to just some nice, really light winter wonderland outside my tent. That would be amazing. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you guys the tent. It's really dark out there, so I don't know how much of it I can show you, but I'll go ahead and start a fire and just do the regular camping stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. So I've got the fire going, and I've got my butt pad. Use that for the seat because every time I get up, it just gets covered in ice. That's a good way to get your butt wet. And then I've got the tent. This is the old tent that I had, but it's the best one that seals up the most. And this one is the Camp Dome 2. This is where I'll be spending the night. I'm so pumped. Nothing major right now, it's just a little bit of ice drizzle. It's about 32 degrees. It's gonna keep dropping throughout the night. I keep getting up to do stuff, and when I come back to my chair, it's just covered in ice. So, good learn so far. Again, this is my first time camping, so I don't know if you can hear it, but it started to kind of the ice that's falling started to pick up quite a bit, so I had to go get my rain jacket. My seat kept getting filled with ice, so that got wet really quick. And fortunately I have an inflatable pad that I can move around with me as I get on and off the chair, which helps keep my butt dry, but things are getting a little moist, and that's going to lead to me getting cold. So I'm going to need to switch out, or at least put my Gore-Tex pants on, just to kind of block the wetness on my legs and my butt. The fire is going pretty good still, and yeah, that's it so far. I'll update you as it goes on. Lots of learns. Update, it's 30 degrees. The sleet kind of slowed down, but it's gonna pick up in the next 10 minutes apparently. it's getting a little it's getting a little cold, guys. So I don't know if you guys can hear it or even see it, but the sleet's really coming down hard. The fire's doing a pretty good job of keeping me warm, and this jacket, I think it's the Columbia titanium. I'll post up the real name, but it's the only thing keeping me dry right now. This is a new experience for sure. So this is what I mean. I get up to do a couple things, and this thing is just covered in ice. That was my dry side. Now I gotta try the wet side, which is still infinitely drier than the original dry side. But yeah, this thing it's just rock solid. The tent. Covered in ice. Just gotta knock it off real quick. You don't gotta knock all of it off, but just enough to make it so it doesn't get overloaded. Update, everything's frozen. It's 28 degrees outside. I still feel pretty toasty in my gear. I hope that it's the same when I go to bed. Sleeping bag holds up with the extra liners that I threw in there. You guys can't really tell, and I won't show it on camera because it's not really going to do it justice, but the sky is really bright because of the clouds and the light pollution. But also, there's a lot of like ice on the ceilings, on the roofs, and on the cars. It's pretty cool. Update. So, I'm going to bed. It's 27 degrees. Everything's covered in ice. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. See how I do. It's like 5:40 in the morning. Pretty toasty inside the bag. It's freezing outside. It's 18 degrees. Feels great. Yeah, I'm gonna keep sleeping. Oh, you guys want to see outside? It looks amazing. Actual snow covered everything, or ice covered. Things like ice mixed with a little bit of snow. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to bed. Morning. 7 o'clock. Yeah, still 18 degrees. Yeah, this bag worked really well. This bag liner combo. Let's see what the outside looks like. Wow. Still snowing a little bit. How badass is that? Yeah. Cool. It's actually still snowing pretty good. Yeah. This is so cool. As a wow. Oh man, my chair. Yeah. Alright, it is freezing out here. Nuts. About to let the kitties out. Yeah. Francisco's built for this, but Butters is struggling a little bit. They always come back if they get uncomfortable, so I'll let them just explore until they're tired. Hey guys, last night was a lot of fun. It was my first time camping in snow, and snow, sleet really, and just kind of dealing with all of that while you're out. Got down to 18 degrees. That's definitely the coldest I've ever camped. Most of the snow, at least in my part of town, melted, but whatever is left has now turned into just ice. Looks like snow, but it's definitely ice. And tonight it's gonna get down to 12 degrees. So in the spirit of testing out the gear and seeing, you know, can it hold up, I'm gonna spend a second night. It's gonna get down to 12 degrees tonight. At least that's the forecast. And yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. See how it goes. It's a lot easier tonight because there's no rain, there's no sleet coming down. I can get up from my chair and for a minute and not come back and it'd be covered in ice. There's no ice on the tent, there's no snow on the tent, so there's a lot of factors that make tonight a lot easier than last night. But the cold itself, that's something that the sleeping system is gonna have to come through for me, or I'm gonna be pretty cold tonight otherwise. Stick around, we'll see how it goes. Update. I said that tonight was gonna go down to 12 degrees. It turns out it's only gonna go down to 16, which is still lower than last night, so I'm still willing to explore that and just ride it out and see how it goes. It is really cold. Like last night when I went to bed, I was hanging out at like, I don't recall, but I think it was like 28 degrees, right? And right now it's 18 degrees. So yeah, I'm a little bit cold, but luckily, like it's really just coming from my hands. Like this is the first time that I've worn gloves, like thick gloves, and still feel my hands being cold. And I mean, the parts that you lose the most heat from are your head, your hands, and your feet, your extremities. Your legs are easy, and then just keep your core warm and you're good to go. But if you can't keep your head, feet, or hands warm, then you're gonna have a bad time. So, but yeah, no, it's a thing. I've got my hand in my pocket of my down jacket, so it's keeping me warm. But yeah, it's weird. I've just never been in cold that it pierces through your thick gloves. Not just like any glove. Like these gloves are really thick. So I'm just a lot of learns in this new environment. Cool. I'll keep you posted. It's so cold out here that like even this LaCroix that I've had out here for maybe 30 minutes, like it's I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's filled with ice. Well, it's not filled with ice, but it definitely started freezing while I was out here just in 30 minutes. I've never experienced this before. Update. I just checked a different weather app, and it's saying that it's going to get down to 11 instead of 16 like I told you guys earlier. So these things keep changing, and if it gets down to 11 or 12, like that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to experience that. So I'm following two weather apps with contradicting information. One of them is the iOS weather app, and that one says it's 18 degrees right now and it's going to stay 18 throughout the night, which at that point it's the same as last night. However, I'm also following the Dark Skies app, and that one is saying that it's actually 16 degrees right now instead of 18, and that it's going to drop down to 11 instead of what I originally thought was 12. So with one app we get one more degree of coldness, and with the other we get some warmer stuff. I really feel like it's 16 degrees right now because it's really cold. So it's what time is it? It's 1:35, 16 degrees outside, pretty cozy inside the bag. It's supposed to drop a degree every hour. So by 7 o'clock it'll be 11 degrees. I don't know what to expect. I hope the bag holds up. If I wake up throughout the night, I'll update you guys on the temperature, but if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for hanging on this long, and I'll keep you guys posted. It's pretty cold, you guys. Good morning. Whew. It is 5:35, and from what I saw on the Dark Skies app, it's 13 degrees. Almost 11. I woke up because my feet were getting a little cold. So what I did is I just stuffed my down jacket inside of the bag to kind of give them a little bit extra, give them an extra layer, and they feel better now. So my hands are freezing just from being outside just to film this little piece. But yeah, I'm gonna get back in my bag and finish it off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it has no business being this cold. It's crazy. Peace. Good morning. 7 a.m., 11 degrees. It is cold. It is also time to wake up and time for the hardest part of the day, which is getting out of your bag. So I'm gonna complete that monumental task. And thanks for watching, y'all. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching, guys. That was incredible. I really enjoyed camping out those 2 nights. That was definitely the coldest camping I have ever done. I don't know if it's the coldest camping I'll do in my life, but it has been the coldest camping up to this point in my life so far. I don't know, like the Nemo Disco 30 bag completely surpassed my expectations. It was not supposed to keep me that warm for that low of a temperature, which just kind of goes to show you that if you add some liners to your bag and you have a really awesome sleeping mat underneath you to keep that heat in you, it goes a long way. So fine-tuning your sleeping system for the environment that you're going to be sleeping in is just about everything when it comes to comfort when you're trying to sleep through the night. So if anybody's camped in in colder temperature, please let me know. That'd be super interesting to know. What's the coldest temperature that you spent the night in? For me so far is 11 degrees. And the last thing I want to say is Winter Storm Uri came through and just really wrecked shop on all of Houston, as well as large portions of Texas. Many families were just left without power, water, and they were completely caught off guard because we don't really get this kind of weather down here. So a lot of people were unprepared. There was unfortunately some families that didn't make it. There was people that died as a result of this storm, and you know, our heart goes out to them. I feel incredibly fortunate to have been able to ride this out without losing power. I did turn off the water just out of precaution for my pipes, but fortunately we didn't suffer any property damage. And I know that's not the that's definitely a rare thing, and it was more common that people definitely suffered property damage or worse. So stay safe, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.